Welcome back, guys. Today I have a really fun project for you. Pretty much come out of necessity. I went hunting for these to see if I could help my grandson. These are timetable flashcards. So you would say 6 times 4 is, and then there would be the answer. These are really cute and fun and easy. So they come like this. So if you wanted to do the 7 timetables, the folder says 7 times and it has the front and the back. So if you wanted to do these singly, you can. What I did was I put as many as I could in my 8x12 hoop. I got, which is this one, I got 6 of each number. Sorry, not 6 of each number. I got 6 in my hoop. I suggest if you do that, you'll see in the video where I had to skip ahead some because I got my numbers mixed up. You got to make all your tops first before you make your bottoms. And I was trying to make some tops and some bottoms to show you guys the process as I was doing it, trying to get ahead a little bit. And I kind of got my numbers muffled and had to make some singles instead. But if you have a hoop like this, you can get 6 in a hoop. So that's 4 hoopings to make all 10 timetables. Or you can do them singly. Say if your grandson or your son or whatever is only doing, the 8 timetables this week or this month, you can do just the 8. That would save a lot. Like you could just do this one this week and the next week do the next timetable or whatever. It would save a little bit of time. I will tell you, this is a time-consuming project. It took me a couple of hours to do this. I started yesterday evening around about-ish 3 or so, I think, and I worked about 6, and then I got up this morning. It is currently 10 o'clock in the morning, and I've been working. I got in here at 8:30. So it took me around 5 hours or so to do this. But I did all 10 of them in one, one setting or what have you. Any other questions? Oh, yes, I got my vinyl that I used. Well, what did I do with it? Oh, I done put it up. I'm sorry. I got it from Bodio's, and I'll put a link in the description below. I will also put a link to this design. It's NadelSpruenge, I think is how you say that. NadelSpruenge. It's on Etsy. I will put a link in the description box below. I'm not affiliated with them at all. This is actually the first design that I have from them. But I will go and be checking out the rest of their designs because this turned out really cute. But I will link it in the description box below. Let's see what else I used. Oh, I used tearaway stabilizer. I get this off of Amazon. Big old roll of tearaway stabilizer from Amazon. I used my tape and scissors. And I think that's it. That's pretty much it. The design now, let me tell you about the design. It stops at each step. So if you wanted to make this very colorful, you could. I think that's great. I just used the same colored thread all the way through. I also think if you did like a blue front here and a red back, and then do this like this top green a color, this a different color, you could do that in vinyl if you wanted to, just like scrap it up. I think they'll be really cute any way you do them. I do love the two-tone color. Kind of dresses up the flower a little bit, the little daisy a little bit. If you have any comments, please leave them in the description box below. And if you want to see how I make this, please stay tuned. Alright guys, so here we are at the machine. I'm going to have my placement lines done. That's what they look like. And put a little light on the subject. So I've already done 2 of mine, so I'm going to have to forward a little bit through mine to get mine to do right. But and then the next thing we'll do is tack these down in the center and around the petals. Okay, so it did the petals. That's what our petals look like. Now it's going to do a satin stitch in there. Okay, now see it done the satin stitch in the middle of our circle here, and now it's going to do the numbers. Alright, so we put the numbers on. That's what that looks like. Now it's going to do the number times, like if it's 6 timetables, 7 timetables. Okay, so I took the hoop off the machine and I put her back on. Put the back on it, taped it down good, making sure everything's secure. And peek under there and check all that out, and now it's going to tack all that together. And that's what it looks like on the front, and that's what the back looks like. So now we need to take these and cut them out. I'm just gonna cut around this about 1/8 of an inch around my stitches. This does not have to be perfect, guys. You're gonna give this to a child and they're probably gonna tear it up. You know how children are. If they find one little thread or weakness, they're gonna pick at it. So I try to do my best to get it 1/8 of an inch all the way around evenly and smooth, but if I don't worry about it. Also, too, all the cutting machines, the design doesn't come with an SVG, but I'm sure you could probably take it, put it in the software and make it a little bit larger. I would say by 1/4 of an inch. Make the petals a little bigger, the pieces, and cut it out that way. It would be a little bit harder to line it up, I think, when you get it into the machine under the placement lines. But this way only takes a second too, so whatever floats your boat, whatever your preference is. This only takes a second. Hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm cutting up between the petals, and I'm not cutting any of the stitches. And then I'm just going around the curve of the petal, kind of gentle, just making it smooth. And going down between them again and coming up the next one. See, now all your petals are free. I have one more, and I'll cut that, and then I'll have the 4 numbers that I got confused with earlier. That's why I had to jump around. And I can finish my set of 10. So I'm going to cut this out. Alright, well, let's head to the machine. I have my piece of tearaway stabilizer. I have my 4 other flowers. I'm going to cut out my piece I need here. Let's see if this will be big enough this way. I think it may be. I'm going to cut it off here and split it in half. There's my front and back pieces. Alrighty, let's head to the machine. Alright guys, so the first thing we do is do our placement lines. So now we're going to put our piece of vinyl down, making sure we cover everything up. And it's going to do the circle to tack them down. Now it's going to do the numbers. Alright, I've taken it off. I have taped my back on. This is what the front looks like. I'm going to put it back in the machine. And now it's going to tack down. Now it's going to tack down the background, the backing that we just put on. Alright guys, this is what the front of our hoop looks like so far, and it's tacked the backing down. So now what you want to do is take your flowers and some tape. Because I'm using because I'm using vinyl, I have to use tape. If you're using fleece, not fleece, if you're using felt, you can use pins, you don't have to tape it. So whatever number is up, like the very top number here, and here, so this one will be for the 8, and then this one will be for the 9, and this one will be for the 10, and so on. So you want to put that right. You want to take your time and line up that center circle all the way around, the absolute best you can. Shush it one way or the other. Triple check, double check. And then I'm going to tape it down. You want to put these on to where the math problem is correct. Take your time here and get it best you can. So let me show you this outside line. This one right here is the one I'm lining up. The single one, not the satin one. That's the one I'm lining up around that center circle. I want it to be pretty right on that line. Pause, please. Alright, so the very last step is to take this back to the machine, and it's going to sew right on that line we just lined up. It's going to do a triple bean stitch all the way around the line we just lined up. So let's go and do that. Alright guys, so here we are, and it's going to sew all the way around on the outside circle, and it's going to do a bean stitch. If you don't have a commercial machine like this, you may want to raise your foot up a little bit on your embroidery machine so it doesn't get caught on your petals as it's moving around. Whew, I got them close together. Okay, so now all we're going to do is, if you want to, you can go ahead and pull this out of the way. I do because I don't want to dull my scissors, but I don't know that it is hurting or helping or anything like that. And then this outside circle here on the green is what we're going to cut around. Again, I'm going to do 1/8 of an inch ish. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just kind of want it to be smooth. You don't want it to be choppy looking. Or maybe you do. Might be cute to do use zigzag scissors around there and give it a little bit of zhuzhing up. See, there we go. And there's our daisy petal. So if you say 8 times 4 is 32. And they're really, really neat. I like these. Alright, I'm going to do these other ones, and I'll be done. Alright guys, we have finished our project. I love it. Look how cute they turned out. Now you just have to go over them once over and trim all these little strings and things like that. But look how cute they turned out. Really, really cute. 1 times 4 is 4. Ah, I love it. I think I'm going to do one out of felt and see how that goes too. You want anything, any kind of fabric that is non-fraying. So you could do waterproof canvas, you could do felt, you can do vinyl. I'm not sure if there's much else that is non-fraying. You could even, if you wanted to juice these up even more, you could do some edge paint around here. I don't know that I would go to that trouble because you're going to give it to a kid, and again, children are destroyers, especially little boys. You give this to a little boy, he's going to find a string and pull it and it's going to come loose. I could be wrong, I don't know. But that's these guys, multiplication timetable flashcards in the hoop. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or questions or whatever, please leave them in the description below. Thank you. Have a great